Alrighty, hey there guys, all good. Welcome back to another stream where it's time to continue seeing what um Kaiser has Kaiser's doing in the Beatles Desert. Starting with the last part of Into the Beatles Desert, part 3, which is segment 8. Broken Drones Automata. Dude, these things keep showing up here. Wait, I'm picking up something straight ahead. I can't see well because of all dust. Huge town. No. Factory? No. Garrison? Whatever it is, it's massive and fully manned. Ione, are you sure? There's nothing here but dried up oasis. You're just not close enough to see it. Keep going. I know they own a lot of places, but this is still kind of illegal. Whoever owns this. What is this? Barbed wire and facilities that look like they go on for kilometers. A factory? I don't think it's an oil rig. What the heck is it? This definitely wasn't here before. Whoa, what? Intruders! Capture them! Don't let them get away! I will be straight honest. Even now, I still have no idea if Kaiser PMCs are mechanical or if they're actually soldiers. So I will be speaking in a mechanical-esque tone for these guys. Because I see them as mechanical. Because we see multiple instances of this type of enemy with a different color scheme. And they are more mechanical, and most of them are mechanical. Unidentified troops dead ahead. Well, I don't know who they are. They're here to welcome us. We gotta respond kind. Let's go. And also, I will also state this. This is the only time we'll see this art style for Helmet Gangster and Helmet Gangster characters. Like, well, I shouldn't say this part to part. If we're dealing with Kaiser, this is the only time. Most of the time, it will just be armored soldiers, though. Most of the time, it will just be armored soldiers. I think I might pop Nonomi's skill. Ooh, nice. Hit everyone. I will state this. They give Nonomi for free. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing... Definitely pop Ione's skill before Hoshino moves. Yeah, pop more skills. I was aim for them, game. Okay. Pop Ione's again. Like, they literally give Nonomi for free. Free to new users. And honestly, considering how good of a unit she is, in my eyes, I'm actually really like that. Kaiser PMC. Episode 9. Who are these guys? I read that really weird. Not that strong, but they're definitely a pain to deal with. More than anything I've faced before. Maybe more on the prefect team. What are these people? What are they doing here? I found Vasili's insignia. This is... Hold on, I'm checking. God, the name of the group is Kaiser PMC. Yes, I'm sure they're called Kaiser PMC. Kaiser? You mean these guys are also with the Kaiser Corporation? Yes, they're not listed, but they're subsidiary of the Kaiser Corporation. This is getting ridiculous. Kaiser this, Kaiser that, everywhere we go. What the heck's their deal? What PMC means? What is it? It stands for Private Military Company. Private military? They're not like those thugs in the Helm Gang. They're super organized, just like an army. Army? You mean they're not students? There were rumors about a company recruiting dropouts, expelled students, and troublemakers into a private army. Could this be? Oh, now we need to get out of here. An alarm? It's coming from every direction. This is not good. Do you hear helicopters? And that rumbling must be from tanks. There's a huge army approaching. They're trying to surround you. Tanks, armed vehicles, and even helicopters. They're pulling out all the stops. Everyone, this is dangerous. Retreat before you're surrounded. You need to break through the siege and escape. Sensei, awaiting your orders. In case you forgot we were here. And I also will state this. If you're bored of fighting Kaiser by now, yeah. You're not gonna be happy with the rest of the storyline. Because that's all the enemies we're dealing with, Kaiser. It's all Kaiser. The end of chapter 1 / beginning of chapter 2 is the most unique you're going to get when it comes to this. Okay, it will be. Oh good, she's still barely in there. Also, they will actually have added a little bit of animations for later stuff, so this would be a little animated. I was turning it down. I was turning the game down. Yeah, this time our boss is a tank. They are immune to stun, but this is a good way to get a good few extra hits on them using Hoshino's skill. No, we got it. And down. And that's Kaiser PMC 1. Next is Kaiser PMC 2. Episode 10. I forgot how short these two were, too. Oh well. There's just no end to this. Sensei, can you hear me? We broke through the siege, but their communications are unstable. Hurry and retreat. Someone coming. We're screwed. They got us surrounded. I was wondering who the intruders could be. And there you are, Abitos. Looks like someone important just showed up. I didn't think you would come here. Well, it doesn't matter either way. So, with the president gone, that means the debt falls on you, Vice President Takanahashi Hoshina. Or would you rather hear my offer? You've damaged business by illegally breaking into its private property. I could leverage this transgression to double the debt your school owes, but honestly, that wouldn't change anything. You're the one from... Are you a student council president that Gematria was after? Oh, you're the vice president. Anyway. Yes, I have an interesting idea. Much better using Problem Solver or the Helmet Gang. What are you talking about? Problem Solver? Who are you? You don't know who I am? No, that's disappointing. Vito students of all people should know me better than anyone. I'm an executive of Kaiser Corporation. And more importantly, I own the debt your school owes. In other words, I'm your creditor. Creditor? Now, let us discuss your old debt. A losing battle. Meanwhile, with the prefect team. Student, as long as we have to keep writing. You're only on page 200. Weren't you the one you said you fell out 1,000? It's just an expression. I didn't think you'd actually expect me to write 1,000 pages. No more talking. Okay, I'll continue. By the way, about Hoshino from Bitos. Do you know her? No. That was my first time seeing her in person. I see. You sound like you knew her pretty well. Takanahashi Hoshino. She's a super elite student who's been praised as a genius. 2 years ago, the Intelligence Committee identified her as a potential threat to Gehenna. Really? She didn't look like that kind of person at all. She really laid back. You mustn't judge people by their looks, Akko. Reminder, Hina's a very prime example. She may look. We'll get to that later on. But just keep that in mind. But she's completely different from the way she was 2 years ago. She used to be much more belligerent and violent. She seemed very tough and sharp. Well, anyway. If we had fought her as she was then, the prefect team would have been decimated by her hasty actions, Akko. And with Shali there, the damage could have been even worse. But the intel was solid. We analyzed everything. That's because they stopped operating for an extended period. It's such a tiny school that the Intelligence Committee must have decided that they were no longer a threat. If you want more details, Akko, you'll have to dig through the old files of the Intelligence Committee. So you never left Abitos after all, Takanahashi Hoshino. Why? Abitos' creditor is from the Kaiser Corporation. I suppose I should properly introduce myself. I'm senior executive of Kaiser Corporation, loans and construction. He also does not have a name, by the way. Like, you would think that a person this big and important as a villain would have a name. No. No one in Kaiser is named. And we've dealt with two high, I'm putting this in quotes, high rankers. the director, and there's also a corporal that we'll deal with later on. And it's like, neither of these motherfuckers are named. Right now, I'm also the CEO of Kaiser PMC. You said enough. We know you're the one who split our school. That's right. You're the culprit who hired the Helmet Gang and Problem Solver to come after us, aren't you? Good reason that Betos is... My. The spurious allegations. You break into private property, assault my innocent PMC employees, destroy our facilities, and blame me for it? Now that's comedy. Let me make this clear. This is the legal place of operations of Kaiser PMC, and you are trespassing on private property. Technically, he does have a point. Oh, right. Abidos District. Sure, we bought the land. Every step of that transaction was legitimate. We have ledgers and records to prove it. But highly distasteful that you're acting as if we're committing a crime. Technically they are, but again, it's basically just like the bad guy from Lethal Weapon 2. They've got diplomatic immunity. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Here's about what we're doing here, about why we brought your precious land. Fine, I'll tell you. We're searching for the treasure buried somewhere in Abidos. That's a bold-faced lie. Yeah, how do you explain all these PMC soldiers? How are they not here to claim our district by force? Hundreds of tanks, hundreds of elite soldiers, untold tons of black powder and ammo. You truly believe we prepared all this for a school with only 5 students remaining? Surely you jest. This is what a defense measure against those who would interrupt our treasure hunt. This isn't meant for you all. As for dealing with you lot, well, something like this should be more than enough. It's me. Yes, proceed. What? Who did you just call? Proceed? I regret to inform you that your school's credit rating has just taken another hit. A phone call? Now? This is the Kaiser loans. From this point forward, Abido's credit score will be set to the minimum rating. This raised the variable interest rate by 3,000% to not be responsible for starting next month is 9.3 million yen. 91.3 million yen. Please be sure to make your next payment by the end of the month. Excuse me? Hold on. Wait, so suddenly, by next month? Yeah. Can we get a big fuck you Kaiser in chat? They're one of the more worst villains, and not, well, they're the weakest villains in state, because as the story goes on, we're going to be dealing with a lot worse than just, hi, we're soldiers. A lot worse. But for right now, this is basically the equivalent of Arlong Park in One Piece. You're saying 90 million yen? What are you talking about? That's right. Now do you get it? You see whose hand is holding the leash around your necks? Wait, this is... Do you find that too harsh? But there's more. We never received a deposit for 900 million yen you originally borrowed. Please deposit 3 million to Kaiser loans within the week. You have to prove that you can pay off the debt even at this interest rate, assuming that is even possible. There's no way we can get that kind of money, keeping up with the interest as is. Well, in that case, you'll just have to give up your academy and leave. Drop out and transfer. Isn't that the right thing to do? The debt was never yours to begin with. It's the school's debt to pay. It isn't your responsibility. There's no way we'd ever do something like that. It's our school. We just can't abandon it. Abidos is our home. Such foolishness. What do you plan to do? Continue to stand here arguing with us? Let's go back, everyone. Shino? We can't fight them here. That's what they want. Wise decision, Vice President. Now I remember. Your president was as bright as you, was she? Well, I'll be looking forward to next month's payment, dear customers. That was refreshing. Now then, escort our guests to the exit. Yeah, like I said, I would compare this story arc to Arlong Park in One Piece. So yeah, Kaiser loans are the fisherman pirates. And Namori and Mori, the little rat guy. Ta-da! Look, Hoshino. I was trying to get my hands on this old Abydos Oasis Festival poster. The Oasis used to be as big as the lake. Here, you can have it as a souvenir. It's incredible, isn't it? They had some kind of miracle. People might just start coming back here. Just imagine it. Miracles don't exist. Something like that is going to happen. Who the hell would want to visit some spot in the middle of a desert? For once in your life, stop daydreaming. Yeah, it's a mixture of Arlong Park and Alabasta. Only in this case, the crocodile is more Arlong. Our villain is more Arlong than crocodile, because it's not Kaiser's fault for the desertification. That's good old Mother Nature. Sorry, Hoshino. It's because I'm a dummy. Miracles, luck, fortune. You're first president of the Beto Student Council. You need to take your position more seriously. Seriously, what the heck are we going to do? What is the Kaiser Corporation up to out there? It looked like they were digging something up. That so-called treasure. That can't be right. There's nothing but desert out there. No oil, no underground resources, nothing of value. That was confirmed ages ago. Then why take the land? No, that's not the issue here. What about our debt? They wouldn't pay it off by the end of the month? How are we supposed to do that? Kaiser Loans has already sent a reminder and requested a deposit. We have to come up with 30 million yen by next week. I'm going. I need to find out what they're doing out there. Wait, Shiroko, where are you? At the PNC facility. I shouldn't have any trouble infiltrating if I'm thorough. I'll get to the bottom of what they're using it for. That's only going to make things worse, Shiroko. We should be focusing on how to pay off the debt. That debt is going to be paid off by doing what we've been doing. Now it's time for drastic measures. No, if you go off again... No, enough of that. What's the point of getting emotional? If you lose the school, it's all over. I'm in. No way! Erica, are you seriously going against Hoshino? That's not what I meant. You're the one making things worse, Erica. Are you planning to become a criminal now? Alright. Settle down, everyone. You're not so heated. Swear room's getting warmer. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so desperate. My bad. No, I know. I couldn't stay mad at you, Shiroko. Come on, let's call it a day. We're done here. Let's go ahead and meet up again tomorrow. Serve the president's orders. Oh yeah, I'm here too. Yeah, let's come back tomorrow. The other club members head home one by one until only Hoshino and Shiroko are left. What's up, Shiroko? Not going home? You have a moment? Is there something you wanted to say to me? I'm here too. That's just, I'm sure, I love some of the choices they have. It's like, I'm here too. I do. I do. Some of them are really goofy. Hey, you too, Sensei. I'm so beat from today. A lot happened. Can't wait till tomorrow. I already know what it's about. Okay, got it. Sensei? In that case. Oh, Sensei, when did you and sweet little Shiroko become close enough to understand each other through eye contact? Wow, guess you shouldn't underestimate you after all, Sensei. This old timer's starting to be a little left out there. But you're... I always will do that if it's just like me and me. Be honest with me, Hoshino. What? It's time to cover this. Oh, isn't this? What did you... Wait, this Shiroka's doing, right? Come on, Shiroka. I can't go digging through your president's bag. And you, Sensei. Shiroka should become a supervillain when she's her age. Keep advocating the cool crime of robbery. I hate when they do this, because both of these are a sentence. Both of these can go one after the other. I'll have a talk with her later. For now, I need to have a talk with you. And I will be saying both of these. That's how it's gonna be. Talk to me. There's something you haven't told anyone, isn't there? You really got me by the short ones, huh? And are you going on a walk with me, Sensei? You don't have a choice. It's piling up here too. There ain't enough for us to keep the building this big clean. Just need someone to calm down. Again, I compared this story arc to Arlong Park and Alabasta. And Alabasta. Arlong Park due to the depth stuff and how impossible it is because of corruption. Alabasta because it's just in a desert. So it's, but it is more, but I will admit, I kind of like it that way. Like, yeah, the Alabasta stuff is kind of out of it. But with the history of Abydos, especially that conversation Hoshino had with that mysterious girl, which that, yes, that is part of the past. There are a lot of high-reaching stuff in this. Pretty messed up, huh? It's a bit too cruel that Soul Timer's entire high school life is just sand. You really like this school, don't you? Makes you think that. This place used to be a massive, powerful school before the desert took over. I wouldn't know anything about that. All I remember is a mess, school in ruins, nothing in order. So when I first walked into all those years ago, it's now buried under sand, and all the upperclassmen I looked up to are long gone. Even the school's main building, just the annex we ran into after every other building was lost its certification. Then again, I want to met Shiroko, Nanomi, Ayane, and Serga to not come here. Yes, I am somewhat attached. Why is there an exclamation mark for this? This just is a normal question. I guess I am somewhat attached. Or they could have just done an ellipsis. Can I be honest with you, Sensei? I've been receiving offers from some weird people for 2 years now. Offers. Guys Corporation. I guess you'd call it headhunting. They contracted me multiple times since I came to beat us. Recently, too. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Half of Beatles' debt will instantly be forgiven if you agree to drop out of school and join the corporation I manage. So, we have a deal, yes? Then go ahead and sign here. How many times do I have to say it? No. My answer's still no. It was a tempting offer, no doubt. But back then, I kept refusing. I knew if I left, Vitos would fall apart. You know, looked like they're recruiting talent for their PMC. Who was he? I don't know either. Let's call him Black Suit. Black Suit. Something about him gives me the creeps. Never seen anyone who looks like that in Kivotos. He's suspicious, no doubt. But he didn't cause any trouble yet. One thing's for sure, though. Even Kaiser executives seem to fear him. In his resignation letter, not forgetting about that, Hoshino. Yeah. Oh, it's not like I haven't had any of my debts for a while now. Man, it's just to trace that hesitation. Let me see that. I'll throw it out. See? Now it's in the trash. Looks like it caused some unnecessary suspicion. But there's no use dwelling on something that's unsettling. But they are interclassmen, and I do what I have to. I'll tell them the whole thing tomorrow. It's not exactly a happy story, but I know I shouldn't be keeping secrets from them. I have no idea how to go about this. I'm sure there's a way. No, I can help out. Maybe. Anything can happen, even miracles. Alright, we've talked about this long enough. See you tomorrow, Sensei. Bye. Why do I have a bad feeling? Hoshino. Yeah? You know you can rely on me, right? Sure there's a way. Did I look that down? Okay, Sensei. Thanks. Still have a weird pit in my stomach. The next day. Hello, everyone. Ayane coming in. Am I the first one here? This? I'm not doing screams. I'm not doing screams. On the desk was Hoshino's club resignation, an academy dropout notice, and a letter. We're going to jump out for this because I do actually want to do a thing. All right. All right. So, there's going to be a little bit of a weird headcanon-y thing. Even though there will be lines for Sensei to say, we are not going to be a part of the story from the ending of Secrets to near the end of Obito Siege Part 2. We're going to be getting 2 to 15 for this stream, but next week we're going to be doing something completely different story-wise. I will talk more about that next Tuesday. So we're going to be doing these last 3 parts and this part of the stream. I know it's going to be a little bit early, but yeah. So let us now get started on part 13. Let's slip through the cracks. To the Obito's Foreclosure Task Force. Forgive me for doing this with the letter. No one more passion this way. It suits me perfectly. There's something I've been keeping from you. Recruiter's been coming after me for a while now. Come Kaiser PMC mercenary for life in exchange for Beatles' debt being paid off. That's long and short of the terms. Not bad, too bad a deal, eh? Which valid skills wily old veteran like me. I'll take care of that somehow. Maybe not all of it, but I should be able to lighten the burden on y'all. You know, I talk big game with black market. Sorry, I couldn't keep my word. This is it, right? Yes, we have your signature on the contract, Miss Hoshino. All of your rights as a student have been transferred to us. With this, most of Abidos' debt is now considered settled. So with this, Foreclosure Task Force will be fine. I believe Abidos can vote us all together, but it doesn't matter. This is what I get for being a stubborn old mule. All this, is my responsibility to bear. As the final member of Abidos' last student council, this is where it ends. Dear Sensei, to be honest, I've never liked adults. I didn't think they could be trusted. Ever since I heard about Chiroko having to carry you on her back, I couldn't help but think, damn, they must be useless. Am I wrong? But in the end, it turned out to be, you know, some things better left unsaid, aren't they? Sensei, I know it's selfish of me, but I have one last request. Chiroko's a good kid at heart, but without someone to keep her grounded, she'll run wherever the wind takes her. Make sure she doesn't lose her way. Please, look after her. Come on, get in the car. Where are we headed? Abidos Desert. You do notice there was no Abidos High School on when Sheena was talking. I'm not talking about for the letter bit. I was talking about when she was talking to the PMC soldier. All of you, please look after our school. This is the desert now, but this is the only place that has any meaning for me. Also, if you ever end up facing each other as enemies, don't hesitate to destroy my halo. Please. Shino! What the? Charlotte, talk. Now you're the one making excuses? There is no other choice. You really think I can just accept this? Where's Oshino? We have to go after her. Now. If I have to go alone, so be it. If helping her means burning task force, then everyone be quiet. Now's not the time to fight amongst ourselves. What? What was that? It sounded like an explosion. Too close. This is... What the... Advance. See. The two PMC soldiers say the same thing. That's why I think that just like with the CEO, the Kaiser PMC is nothing but mechanical enemy. Is mechanaloid. Run. Eviction order has been issued to this district. At long last, the final condition has been met. Last, the student council has dropped out, which means Abidos is no more. All that's left is for Kaiser to annex the district. Capture Abidos High School. Hundreds of PMC troops are approaching. What's happening? Why is Kaiser attacking us? I don't understand. We have to stop them. What this means, we can't just stand by and watch them attack Abidos. You're right. There's no time to think. We have to act now. There are too many of them. We can't take on this kind of force alone. On top of that, they're attacking anything and everything. We should focus on evacuating whoever's left in the city. A battle this big. What is that up like this? Why is it happening again? Foreclosure task force spotted. This way. Uh, Enemy scout. They're already here. Multiple Kaiser PMC scouts approaching beat us. They've already breached the campus. We need to take out the ones inside first. Ione, I'm counting on you. Got it. We'll engage the enemies infiltrating the school. Keeping Sensei safe is our top priority. Once the academy is secure, we'll begin civilian evacuations. Yeah, we don't have Hoshino. We don't have a tank. We just have 3 DPSs and Ione. So you definitely want to keep Ione's skill in rotation. Which does mean don't use it unless you absolutely need to. And you also only have one member who can hit piercing enemies. Heavy armor enemies. Yeah, if you want to know what type of enemy you're dealing with, wait till the next set. Look at the health bars. The helmet soldier reskins are light armor based, which means Shiroko and Serika are best for them. The rocket toting soldiers are heavy armor. Nonomi. They also do resist specific things, like light armor enemies take less damage to piercing, which doesn't make sense in my thing. That's the only one that just feels weird. It feels weird just because honestly, explosive enemies hitting heavy armor targets, that makes sense. That really makes sense because they're more fortified. But piercing should not do less damage to light armor enemies. Next up, Obito Siege Part 1. Episode 14. Back off, unless you got a death wish. Kaiser Director's location confirmed. My. You're just about to visit your school, and yet here you are. Coming all this way to greet us? What do you think you're doing? A corporation attacking the city? Just because you own the land doesn't give you that kind of right. The school still belongs to us, the students of Betos. It's outright illegal. We'll take this straight to the General Student Council. Where's Hoshino? The whole scouting story was live from the start. Give Hoshino back, you bastards! Take it to the General Student Council? Oh, that's rich. How many times do you petition for the General Student Council's help? How many of those prayers have gone unanswered? No, of course they didn't. Because they can't do anything right now. For that matter, has anyone else ever given you their aid? The other academies, perhaps? I doubt it. You've always been alone. With Takanashi Hoshino officially withdrawing, the Beto Student Council is no more. You are nothing now. Betos no longer has official club, a student council, or even a recognized district. That means it can no longer sustain itself in a school in the Academy City. But don't worry, as the rightful owners of this land, Kaiser Corporation will graciously take the school off your hands. How does the Kaiser Training Academy sound? It's a fitting name for a new school. What are you talking about? That's nonsense. Even if the student council is disbanded, Beto still has the foreclosure task force. We're right here. This can't be happening. Ayane? Foreclosure task force isn't an authorized club. What? The student council was long gone by the time it was created. What do you mean? That's right. An unregistered club like yours? There's no official paperwork backing you up. You're nothing but ghosts. But try to look on the bright side. Now you're finally free from all that tedious debt. What are you doing? This was a deal. Why are you attacking Abitos? Why? No, we kept our word, Hoshino. The debt has been settled exactly as promised. But since you went ahead and withdrew, it seems Abitos no longer has official student council, does it? Tell me, why do you think we backed this petty corporate land grab? Snatching up Kubota's district is meaningless. The worst, just creates another lawless zone, another black market. And we've got more than enough of those. But what if a brand new school, owned by a corporation, was established here in Abitos? What kind of change do you think that would bring to Kivotos? But this was nothing more than a sideshow, Hoshino. You were our true objective from the very start. Getting you to sign the contract, transferring all rights over to us. That was the only reason we cooperated with Kaiser. A lifetime contract with Kaiser PMC? We never said anything of the sort. You misunderstood? Well, that's unfortunate. I think we'd waste something as valuable as Kivotos' highest grade mystic on mere labor? Ridiculous. Takanashi Hoshino is to be studied, analyzed, and understood. You, in other words, are a test subject, nothing more. That's the experiment we truly wish to observe. So don't take it too personally. Now I get it. All this time, I'm just being manipulated by adults yet again. I'm sorry, everyone. This is my fault. Shiroko, Nonomi, Serika, Ayane, and Yume. So sorry. Sensei. And everything we worked for was for nothing? Oh, don't tell me you're serious about it. Did you really think you could pay off that debt over a few hundred years? I assumed it was just an excuse, something to tell yourself so you could pretend till you tried before eventually giving up. But you didn't quit. You kept struggling. Why? What for? I also would want to state the anime version. They used the game cast. However, they had to get new voice actors for Sensei, Black Suit, and the Kaiser minions, the Helmet Gang, and PMC director. When we're doing when we're ending this, I will look up voice actors for well, I know Sensei. Sensei is the guy who is, I can't think of his name right now, but he voiced Megumi in JJK. Really, really weird. Not gonna lie. Again, we don't have an English dubbing. We don't have English dub, so it's Japanese voices. You bastard. Shut your mouth before I shut it for you. Engaging. But, and then what? What happens after we fight? Ayane? They're still sending wave after wave of soldiers our way. Even if we somehow win, then what? I actually do want to note that my headcanon is kind of right that Sensei being gone, because we have not said a single thing. Like, back to Hoshino's letter, I like to think that they read it themselves. Like, okay, Sensei's not here. We're really curious. If the school disappears, what are we fighting for? I mean, even if we take it back, our debt is going anywhere. Ayane. Ayane. The land is already gone. We'll come back. Ushino is gone. The student council is gone. And us? We're just an unrecognized club. What can we even do? Why? Why is it always us? Why do we have to suffer like this? Ushino. Ayane. What? Master supposed to take it to the north. Bravo squad's on the blast on their way in. They're not responding. What? My squad was in east. Master C4 explosive detected. I love that. We went from Bravo squad to Mike squad. It's like, why? What's happening? The only people in the area should be Betos residents. What are you idiots doing? We saw the last of these guys, didn't ya? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Forsake mercy and walk the path of chaos. Wasn't that the Master Suit Gang's motto? There's no finish line in sight. You can't find a way to get there, and everything you do is failure after failure. No one sees how hard you struggle, and the only things waiting for you are more hardships and rough days ahead. But who cares? Huh? Are you really going to let something like that get in the way of rescuing your friend? Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Jeez, Aru, lighten up a little. Loman Suarez is a neurotic type. She can't help it. Huh? Make my adorable Loman Suarez cry is a pretty serious crime, which is why I'm gonna rip these guys apart. I'm ready, Aru. We still have plenty of bombs left. I only came back for more ramen. Why am I getting dragged into this? We still have explosives to cut off enemy reinforcements. While they're stuck, we could get out their commander and break their chain of command. That should leave them completely disorganized. Originally, this strategy was meant for dealing with the prefect team, but yeah, I don't think that would actually work. Considering what a monster Hina is. Perfect. Time to show them what real outlaws fight like. Light it up, Haruka. Also, this will be a reoccurring storyline thing. Basically, enemies coming back to be heroes. What in the world? Back us up, Sensei. Let's show the Foreclosure idiot force what it means to be hard-boiled. You really didn't think these guys would come back, did you? The only downside is you don't have a healer. And all four problem solver are explosive types, so you really need to use skills. Mutsuki and Kayako's are royally helpful because unlike Haruka and Aru's, they're a really big range. Because reminder, while Aru's does have an explosive aftershock, it still is an aftershock and it's around her target. You can show off Kayako's, which, like I said, very big range. And it also causes our first instance of crowd control. In Kayako's case, fear. Enemies will stop attacking or doing any actions and run off. Kayako is a really useful student because of that. No, we don't need it. That is also another thing about Mutsuki. You can't alter it. Alter the area so it's just a pure line. So it's like she's good for bosses, like big ones. Also, I know it said Sensei's not here, but yeah, ignore when I read that. Abito Siege Part 2, Episode 15. You dare bite the hand that feeds you? Step your mouth. What makes you think we ever want to work with you? Sensei treats us way better than you losers ever did. What kind of villains would we be if we didn't stab our employers in the back? You haven't seen this coming. Mitsuki says this, but they've never stabbed me in the back. They never stabbed Sensei in the back. So they're villains, but they know no chain of command. Problem solver. They have a point. Yeah, they're right. No time to hesitate now. Right, Hoshino needs us. We need to rescue her. Who cares if we're unauthorized or whatever? Whether we're above board or not, if we don't rescue Hoshino, then... That's right. Saving her is our top priority. Nothing else matters. You. It's useless to resist. How dare you? This is honestly when I would have sent Headcanon Sensei showing up. Just basically walking out of the corner. No one even knowing he's there. You kidnapped one of my precious students. Nothing is going to stop me from rescuing Hoshino. Don't be ridiculous. You're just a teacher. You don't have the right to. The only difference between this round and last one is they replaced Kayako and Mitsuki with Shiroko and Serika. A buff over Mitsuki, but a deep downgrade for Kayako. Plus, a bigger upgrade is we have Ayane, so we can actually heal. Also, I will be you can call me a fucking idiot and a loser for this. Yeah, this battle is not this part of the siege is not done by students. This is Sensei just outright just showing, yeah, no, they can fight. No, this does not happen in the anime. Sensei is royally useless. Why does the headcanon by me? Just don't like it? Tough. Okay. I can give off that type of stuff myself. I only do that just so we can focus more on the target things. And our boss this time, Goliath. A very big threat. Perfect for popping Aru and Shiroko's. But we do need to get rid of the enemies surrounding it so we can actually hit it. Because notice that I didn't click on it, but it clicked on the enemy in front of it. Yeah, skills have a range. But with all the enemies down, we can spam both Shiroko and Aru's skills and Serika's just because it's a self buff. And down it goes. And yes, headcanon Ryu Sensei does take out the Goliath easily too. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Director, you're badly wounded. You need to be treated immediately. I'm pulling out. Reorganize our forces. Yes, sir. You'll pay for this. HQ is giving the order to retreat. I repeat, HQ is giving the order to retreat. Maintain the line and return to HQ. They're falling back. I do like the sparkle for Sirocco. Wow, that was straight out of third-rate villain handbook. Exactly as planned. All the prefect team took care of their business. We head back for now? Yes, we should. The battles have only just begun. They're going to be much bigger and much tougher than this. We need to head back and figure out a way to rescue Hoshino. I've been waiting for you, Sensei. I'd like to have a word with you, face to face. I will comment on the music, but that's going to be next time. Because we'll be hearing this in the next part. Battle between adults. But, like I said, this is where we're going to end. Now you might still be confused as to what I meant by Sensei does not know does not know what occurs fully. There's a very reason for that. Next week, we're not working to finish this, but we will be doing something else in Blue Archive. But for now, we're going to go on our mission and get One Piece ready.